Hi everyone, welcome to the Houndstrings podcast. My name's Alex, I'm your host. Today you might notice I'm in a little different setting. That will be discussed in a future episode. I know I haven't recorded in a while, but today, just to kind of get back in the loop, I figured it would be fun to share a lost recording. You might have already seen it on my darling friend Jessi's podcast. Check her out. She is the Two Sticks and Strings podcast. But if you have not seen it yet, sit back and relax and enjoy the show. Before we go, though, I will warn you that there is some mature comedy involved, so just be aware if there are little ears around. Maybe send them into another room for a bit. But anyway, enjoy this rewind back to October 2020. I'll see you soon. Podcast.
And I am Jessi of the Two Sticks and String podcast.
Welcome aboard. For those of you new to either one of us, my podcast, The Houndstrings, is about crafts, knitting, crochet, all the crafty goodness. From time to time we have music, and it's about good things in life in general, which who couldn't use more of that these days?
Especially right now.
Yeah. With COVID, all the political turmoil going on.
Yes.
I know it's important to keep up on it, but sometimes we just need a break. Otherwise, if we were on top of it 24/7, we would just burn out.
Yes.
So take care of yourselves, guys, and watch us.
And remember to vote.
Exactly. Vote.
But for those who haven't seen my podcast before, my podcast is knitting, cross-stitch, crochet. In the past, there's been a lot of traveling. That's going to change a bit, though, since I've officially moved. I don't live in Germany anymore, you guys. I live in North Carolina.
And I normally come to you from beautiful Oceanside, California, but I will be moving as well. This is the last time you will get to see this setting. Normally, you see me like this, with Papageno in the background. He's the little bird in my cuckoo clock. I gave him a name because I'm that kind of person.
He deserves a name. He's part of your
family.
family.
Exactly. All right, let's get started. Normally, I have my cup of tea. Today, since it's warm and I'm thirsty, I've got kombucha. So it's still a cup of tea, but just a different kind. It's fermented.
I have water.
Cheers.
Prost!
All right.
You ready?
Ready.
Alrighty.
We have works in progress. We have
stash enhancement.
All kinds of good things.
Yeah.
So Jess, what are you working on?
Well, currently I am working on a boxy for a friend of mine. And I will call her by her nickname here. Her nickname is Pat Pat. And she has had a really hard time in life lately. She asked me if I could knit her some sweaters in her favorite color and her sister's favorite colors. So this is her sister's favorite colors.
Beautiful.
Black. And it shows up like a Christmas red on here. It is not. It's a like Merlot, garnety, heathered red.
More jewel toned.
Yes, more jewel toned. And it's a boxy. I'm knitting it in the size extra small, which is also what I knit mine in because it's so oversized of a sweater. And it's on Chow Goose size 4. And the yarn is from Cloudborn Superwash Merino, which is the Craftsy brand.
Nice.
So I got all these skeins I needed for this for less than $45.
Nice.
Yeah. And if that can cover me then that's pretty good.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
That's fantastic.
I like it. And the boxy is by Hoagie Locatelli. It is a bottom-up sweater. So this is the very bottom. It's just barely started.
Nice. Well, that looks fantastic so far.
And look at my adorable.
I love that.
It's an eggplant with a smiley face.
He's so cute.
Yeah, there you can see his eyes. Yeah.
Well,
What are you working on?
Well, as my viewers know, I have been working on my Land and Sea cardigan. The pattern is by Andrea Yetman. It's a free pattern on the Biscotti website, but you can find it on Ravelry. Now, the last time you saw me, I was probably still, here, let me flip this inside right. I was probably still on this color, but I have added a new color.
Hey!
Woohoo! So from top down, I have Beach Sweets by Candy Skein. This is their yummy fingering. These are all fingerings, by the way. We have the Glowing Sea. The former name of the company is Bayou City Yarn Co. I don't remember the current name. I know she changed names.
It was Sparkling Seaweed. It's now Shipwrecked Sheep.
Shipwrecked Sheep. And then next is Days at the Beach by Honey Girl Farms. And can we take a second to appreciate the self-patterning? It's kind of crisscross. I wasn't expecting that. Mm-hmm. And at first I was like, well, that's weird, but I like it. I really like it. And then the color that I'm adding in is Ba La Jolla.
Not La Jolla?
Not La Jolla. It's Ba and their La Jolla base. And this is Under the Sea, do-do-do-do-do. Under the sea, do-do-do-do-do. Darling, it's better down where it's wetter. Take it from me.
And that's it.
Couldn't resist.
That's it.
So I'm going to tell you, I've tried recording and just could not get a groove since July, and there's just been such a delay. I'm like, why bother? So I have done that so many times, and every time I wouldn't do that.
It's a requirement.
Exactly, with a name like that, you can't help it.
Mm-mm. And we specify it's La Jolla because it's a city here in California, and I've had enough people that I've been exposed to say that they like La Jolla yarn, and it kind of makes me twitch because I was born in La Jolla. So I'm just like, no. And we've discussed this before on the podcast, but for those that haven't watched before, that is why it is important that it is not La Jolla.
It's La Jolla. It's
La
a
Jolla.
Spanish pronunciation.
Yes, it means the jewel.
All right.
Do you have anything else you're working on? Because I don't.
I do. I have one more thing. I did put actually, a couple more things, but it's all right. You can see the other thing later. But I am working on some I Love Lucy reruns.
Ooh.
So you guys, I think, got to see, or maybe this was one of the recordings that never got published. In either case, I will post a picture of the finished I Love Lucy socks, the first pair. And there is a second pair in the works. Forgive me, they are all tangled. I tried to recake. They didn't stay.
That looks a little treacherous there.
Yeah, more than a little treacherous. But the base is, or the yarn is by Desert Vista Dye Works. This is the I Love Lucy colorway. It has the contrasting / coordinating mini for the heel, toes, and cuffs. And it is the ZN base, so it is sparkly. It's not really doing it much justice. I can see a couple little twinkles.
You can see it. Just barely.
But believe me, it is sparkly and it's beautiful.
That's 3 skeins of yarn that you've gotten from me. So
Yeah. I know, right? And then there are more, but like I said, I'm in the process of getting ready to move. So things are not where they normally would be. So the rest of the apartment's turned upside down. It's not pretty, but it's all part of moving.
Okay. Are there any future things that you'd like to dream cast-ons?
Dream cast-ons, there are, and this kind of goes into acquisition. Do you have anything to share for acquisition today, or?
Oh, I have some acquisitions.
Oh, all right.
I'm officially in the States, guys. I can yarn shop a lot easier.
Would you like to go first, or shall I?
Oh, I probably have a little bit more than you do, so let me.
Okay, sounds good.
Well, first, it's not technically a dream cast on, but it's an inevitable cast on because it's the end of September, you guys. So that means I need a new sock for next month for Desert Vista Dye Works. This is their, let's see, Thursdayan base, as all of them are for me. This is West Side Story.
Nice.
Yes. I want to be in America. I figured it would be fitting for my first full month in the States.
Yep. Very appropriate.
And then this is also Cloudborn Merino Superwash in their DK base. It is their mustard heather color. It is going to be a manzanilla sweater, also from Joji Locatelli.
Nice.
For Pat Pat.
Beautiful.
So that's a recent acquisition and a future cast on.
One of my future cast-ons, and also recent acquisition. It's going to be kind of pushed away because I've got to get started on Christmas knitting for my future in-laws. For them, I'm going to make some hat and scarf sets in the San Diego Gulls colors because they're big hockey fans. But anyway, one future cast on is I'm going to make another Luella top for myself. And I'm going to be using Arkansas Yarn Company. Now, I got this when I went to visit my aunt in June, kind of at the end of June. At that point, restrictions for COVID had lifted a little bit, and my work was making people use PTO just in case they had to furlough anybody or anything crazy like that. A lot of big corporations won't be able to get away with doing something like that, but being a small nonprofit, I think we have to take more precautions. But anyway, while I was visiting her in Arkansas, she took me, she knows how much I love yarn, and so that's
all, folks.
While I was visiting her, she was like, hey, I wonder what yarn shops are nearby. So while she lives in Northwest Arkansas, the actual Arkansas Yarn Co. shop is like 3 hours away, and I just saw that big, huge fly. But anyway, we went to Mockingbird Moon, and they sell Arkansas Yarn Co. So she said, pick something out, if you have a project in mind, get whatever you need for that project, and it'll be my treat. So very generous. So I've got the rose gold, and this is a sparkle base, because why not? If it comes in sparkle, might as well get the sparkle.
Sparkle makes the world go round.
But this is quite unique in that it has the gold stellina. Oh, there we go. You can kind of see it now.
It's a beautiful tonal, you guys. Semi-solid.
I love tonals. So I have 2 of these, and this is, again, the rose gold colorway. And then I also have 1 skein of the Spice Chai. So this will all go into one project. And this is another sparkle, but with the silver stellina. But look at those speckles.
I love them.
Look at those speckles.
She does amazing speckles, you guys. If you haven't had her yarn before, if anyone watches my podcast, they know that I've had some Arkansas Yarn Co. yarn in my life.
Mm-hmm.
And she is a master at speckles.
She really is. No comparison, really.
Impossible. Yeah, it's wonderful.
So that is my dream cast on. So what I have planned is I'm going to do these two in the main body, but use this for a little bit of the neckline. It's more like a rolled garter stitch or a rolled reverse stock knit. So I'll do that, continue in the lace with this, and then use some more of this for sleeve edging, maybe a little bit in the sleeves, a little bit at the bottom, so that way I can kind of work it in.
I like that plan.
Thanks.
I have a little bit more yarn, guys. All right. Not too much more, though. So, as I said, I've been knitting sweaters for Pat. And there is one sweater that I have been wanting to knit since it came out, but it doesn't come in my size. So, that's frustrating.
I can imagine.
But it's a beautiful sweater, and she will fit it. So, I figured I would go ahead and knit it and get my wanting to knit it done and out of the way. So, I will be knitting the Rocane sweater, which, let me see, it is by, by Christina Danae. That is Danaee. And for her sweater, it is going to be also in this beautiful mustardy heather yarn.
Beautiful.
It is from Hobby Lobby, you guys. It is Yarn Bee Soft and Sleek DK, and it is a low pilling yarn.
Nice.
So easy care. And for acrylic yarn,
oh my gosh.
it is amazing.
It's incredible.
So soft.
It is incredible. Honestly, Hobby Lobby has really come a long way with the variety of yarn that they carry.
Yeah, I mean,
The fact that they have DK
yes,
is...
that is surprising.
And that they list it as DK weight. That's pretty cool. I know a lot of people don't like Hobby Lobby for political reasons, but
it's got nice yarn. A really nice yarn. So I bought 3 of these to knit her sweater, and then I don't know what I'm going to do with these yet, but it'll probably end up as a sweater of some sort, or an accessory. Maybe a nice big shawl. This is a stunning, like evergreen foresty kind of green heather.
would you say it's an emerald green or not really?
It could be emerald. I would say emerald, yes.
Coming out a little bit more emeraldy in the
Yeah.
on the screen.
It's called Irish Rain.
Oh, I love that name. I love that name.
I wonder why.
Gee.
So I got these for me just because I couldn't pass up the color. We know that I have been stashing down for a while, but I figured it's great yarn at a great price. Can't go wrong.
Precisely.
And then my final acquisition.
I know what this is, so
I'm going to keep this as family friendly as possible. So, my sister has sent me a picture one day and requested that I make this project for my babcha, my sweet grandmother, who is sassy at times.
Very sassy. I had the pleasure of living with her when my parents moved and I was waiting for my apartment to be ready.
Yeah, actually, in one of her podcasts, when she's in a different location, it's at my grandparents' house. So, you know that we've known each other for a long time.
Yep.
And we're close. When you can stay at each other's grandparents' house.
Yeah.
But so she's very sassy. And so the item my sister has requested I make is a pan holder cover for like a cast iron skillet.
Mm-hmm.
When you cook, because they get hot just like the rest of the pan does. And you don't want to burn yourself. But she wants me to crochet it in a anatomically correct male body part. That should give a good enough idea, right?
Yep.
Okay.
If that doesn't do it, I don't know what will.
Yeah,
in a family-friendly manner.
That's as family-friendly and descriptive as I can get without saying what it is. But I had to get yarn that is as close to the correct color as possible.
Mm-hmm. Skin toned.
Yes. And so I love this cotton in the warm blush color. It's kind of perfect that it's named.
I almost choked on my drink.
Kind of perfect that it's named. But, so this is the last acquisition. I probably should not put this to my face after I said what it's going to end up being. So, that's my last acquisition. Other than I got a tape measure with an alpaca with yarn balls on its head.
He's cute. I love that.
He is cute. Let me dig him out from the bottom of my bag.
And speaking of tape measures, kind of funny story that I just want to share just because. So I will take my projects to work with me, and in my project bag I always keep my it's not in here now because I used it, but I always keep my measuring tape. Well, I work at San Diego Humane Society on the adoptions team, and yesterday I was speaking to one of our clients about a dog that was in our care. She wanted to get a harness for her, and this was a particularly large breed, so we wanted to make sure that we knew to the inch pretty much what this dog's chest measurements are for a proper fit. So I was like, well, can I put you on hold? I can find that out for you. So I just grabbed my tape measure, ran out to the kennel, measured the harness that we have for her, and got it pretty much down to the inch for this guest. So
Very nice.
they're not just for crafting.
No.
Crafting has practical application.
Yeah, my dad actually just came to deliver a dresser and a mirror and a nightstand for my new house. And we were trying to figure out the way our stairs work. My dad could not get the dresser up the stairs with just Eric's help. So we had to tape out the dresser on the wall so we would know where to place the mirror in the future and find the studs for it. So he was like, this would be so much easier if I had a tape measure. I was like,
voila.
As a knitter, I have a tape measure or two in my possession.
You can never go wrong with having at least 2 tape measures.
Exactly.
I think 3 would be the most you would need. Maybe. Depending.
Well, I have one in my sock bag when I have like a set aside sock project bag. So one is always in there.
Mm-hmm.
One is always in my sweater bag of choice. And then I tend to keep one in a notions pouch that travels. And if I have a bag set aside for sleeves at the time, it's in my bag with sleeves. So I have like 4 or 5. But this one is cute, so I decided it could stay regardless of how many tape measures I own. The back says yarn rules. The front is this cute alpaca with yarn balls on its head in like a headpiece. It's adorable.
It's super cute.
It's adorable.
Looks like a little flower crown.
I feel like it's not Frida Kahlo, but I feel like it's something Frida Kahlo would wear on her head. So, yeah. That's all I have for acquisitions.
And that's the big thing. That's the This is the major score of the season.
All right. So tell me, I see an instrument next to you.
Yep, I've got my ukulele.
Ooh.
Make sure that it...
This is a great concert.
Yep, there we go. Close enough. That's just the rough tuning. At this point, I've been practicing so often with the ukulele. Well, practicing one piece in particular, which Whovians will know this one. So the chords are A minor. I believe this is F. C major. Then I'm blanking out on this chord, but I will look it up. I'll put a caption in.
It's a chord.
I think it's E flat, or I don't remember. It's an E chord of some kind. But did you recognize it at all?
Slightly.
So,
Tell everyone.
So it is the shepherd's boy from the 12th Doctor, which that is, I have been obsessed with that piece for months straight. When I'm upset for any reason and I just need to calm down, I look up the Doctor Who soundtrack on YouTube. I find that, and I absolutely love it.
Good.
And I'm gonna put in a little plug here. I kind of learned the rhythm, the chords. Granted, I still have a bit to work on. Still needs a little bit of improvement, but I used Chordify. It is a free app. They do have paid subscriptions, but it's a good way to kind of learn and work with keeping the tempo of some of your favorite songs, learning the chords, and kind of the timing as well. So check it out. At some point I might do like a bonus clip of just a practice reel of that piece using Chordify.
That would be nice. Do you have anything else to add for our podcast other than where to find us?
I think that, I do have some garden updates. I'll just kind of post some pictures. Again, that might be a separate one since we are a little pressed for time. We've got a dinner date with her family.
Yes.
So, yay!
Yeah.
That'll be fun. But that's all I have. How about yourself?
That is all I have. My big thing is that Yoo-Hoo Big Stash Blowout is officially over tomorrow. So someone will be getting an ebook if they participated in my thread.
Nice.
Yeah, for a grand prize. And then I believe, it's been a long time since I set that count. I think the second person wins a project bag. I will double check on that. But
I think it was last May, so it was right after.
It was right after our last joint podcast. So it's been a while.
Mm-hmm.
But I will double check on that, and since I've said it here, someone will be getting a project bag. It's gonna happen. There just won't be a yarn prize because the whole point was to
de-stash.
So
exactly.
Yeah, and so that ends tomorrow. Other than that, I plan on recording a little bit more now since my household goods is officially getting delivered next month. Yay! Because I've been living out of a suitcase since June?
Oh, golly. That's a long time.
Yeah, it's a long time.
That's a long time to be living out of a suitcase.
Yes. So, hooray. So everything's going to be delivered, and I'll be able to finally send prizes out and get back into the normal podcast routine.
Sweet! Well, we can't wait to see you.
Yes. And you can find me on Instagram as Army Wife Knitting Life.
And I'm on Instagram as the Handmade Hound. That is handmade_hound. I will also post captions for...
Yes, we'll put them right here. Where to find us on Instagram and Ravelry if you want that shared. And yeah, you can always DM me on Instagram if you want to get in touch with me.
Mm-hmm.
That's the best way to do that. So that's all I have.
Same for me. We'll see you guys on our own channels at some point.
Yes.
And in the meantime,
Do what makes your heart sing
for
me.
us.
For us, that's right. I'm so used to saying it just for me. For us, that's two sticks and string. See
Bye,
ya.
guys.